Come on. Oh. And we are back with another What Would I Shoot on Tour video. This week we're out at Pebble Beach for the AT&T Pro-Am. Here's your settings. Greens are running at a 13. We're playing this thing from the tips. Black tees, gimmies at 5 feet. Here's your scorecard. 7,072 yards. No 600-yard par 5s. Looks like the longest one there is 585. A quick check-in on our PGA Tour money list. We're trying to get to $1 million in 2024. We got $50,895 from the Farmers Insurance Open last week with a score of even. Let's get this thing going. Going to the Tips Tour, GSPro. Confirm those settings. Let's see how this goes. First hole, par 4, 382 yards. Hit the 2-iron, hooked the shit out of it, but we're in play, in the fairway, leaving us 180 in. Going full 8-iron here. It's tracking pretty good. In the air, seems like it's gonna be perfect. But 5,500 spin does not hold the green. And we are immediately grinding out of the gate, trying to save par. Looking to put this 10-yard chip somewhere in the circle of trust. Ends up rolling just by. Gonna have 6 feet down the hill. Good stroke, good line. And buries it. Par on 1, even through 1. On to number 2 here. Par 5, only 512 yards. Hit what probably ends up being the best drive of the day, if that's any kind of foreshadowing. Right down the middle, rolls out to 285 yards, leaving 226 in. A little scared of that 2-iron from the first hole, so we're going full 4-iron here. Hit this one pretty good, draw it back against the wind. Looks great, ends up coming up just a little bit short. Little flip wedge here to try and get up and down for birdie. Pretty good stroke, good weight. And we are 1 under through 2 out at Pebble Beach. We're checking the leaderboard, we're feeling good. In first place. Vibes are high. End up getting a par on number 3. Here we are at number 4, 330. Downwind a little bit, end up pulling this one into the fairway bunker on the left. 71 yards, choke down the lob wedge a little bit here, and end up hitting just a terrific shot. This thing has a little bit of juice, enough to spin back, give us our second birdie in 4 holes, 2 under through 4. We drop a stroke on the par 3 fifth, teeing off here at one of the signature holes, the par 5 6th. Hit a little bit of a balloony cut, but we're heading downwind, downhill. End up getting some good distance out of it. Leaves us 236 in. Here's that squirrely 2-iron again. Go super aggressive on the line. You're just looking for this thing to carry, stay in bounds. And it does end up in the bunker with about 30 yards to the flag. You just do not want to leave this short. End up carrying it to a pretty good spot. Runs out as expected. Comes down a little bit. Again, greens are rolling at a 13, so All the slopes are magnified. Got a left to right breaker here down the hill from 20 feet. Good line, and he buries it. Back to 2 under through 6. Vibes have returned. Heading to one of the coolest holes on the planet. Par 3 7th, 107 yards, playing 90. Downwind as well. Like the line. Drawing just a little bit. Bounces left, didn't see that coming. But we got 10 feet here. We're gonna putt this off the fringe. Underread it a little bit, but we 2-putt for par and move on. We ended up getting a par on the 8th, and this is where things take a turn. We hit a 2-iron here that just seemed like it was gonna be perfect. Ends up carrying 236 yards off the back of the green, 15 yards here. Seems like a doable shot. Just don't leave it short. What do? Leave it short. Short-sided, downhill, 7 yards. Just get something to stop. Oh, we thought it was in. Rolls out to 9 feet. Back up the hill. Just do not turn a par into a double. End up getting the save. Just drop a stroke. Par on 10. Here we are at 11. And similar story to 9. Don't make the par chip. Again, chipping for par. Gotta make it. We don't. Bogey. That's 2 in a row. Putting for par on 13. Gotta have it. We don't. Bogey. Again, that's 3. Ends up being 4 bogeys in 5 holes. Just devastated. We were rolling along so good. How do we turn this ship around? We take a super aggressive line. Push it about 20 yards right. Doesn't come back enough left. I'm sick. Out of bounds. Hitting 3 off the tee. Here we are trying to save bogey. 20-footer. And we don't. Double bogey. They almost make us putt this thing just to save it. We're right on the edge of the circle of trust. End up getting a par somehow on 16. Here we are putting for par on 17, par 3. Looks good. Doesn't have the speed. 5 over through 17. After 7, we were 2 under. 10 holes later, 5 over. Just a crumbling of epic proportions. Just looking to save face here on 18. Playing more of these balloony cuts that just don't get it done. We're behind the huge tree here. Force us to play a cut, which we can't do with irons. End up with this decent push, I guess. Gives us a chance to get up and down for birdie. Come in at 4 over. .76 yards. Eight yards here. Gotta go in. Scares the hole. Ends up 6 feet past. Can we just hit a putt to save par? We do. We saved par. That's a 42 on the back. Total 77. 5 over. All right, we got our updated money list here with the Farmers Insurance Open and the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Unfortunately, a miscut this week with the 5 over 77. That'll be $0 in prize money. We got the Waste Management Open out at TPC Scottsdale next week. Hopefully we can make the cut, add to our total. Thank you all for tuning in. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe if you like this episode of What Would I Shoot on Tour. We'll see you next week.